Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Got a banger for you today. Now firstly, I must say thank you so much for being a member of the channel. I really appreciate it. Basically I wouldn't survive, or I certainly wouldn't keep doing tactics without you guys. So, I'll keep going as long as you want me to. Now obviously I release tactics to the higher paying members first because they pay for early access. That's the reason why you might have had to wait a week or so to get your hands on it, because obviously I need to honor that they're paying more to get the access. Right, that said, here we go. This is a banger. First season with Manchester United women won the quadruple. So 0 transfers and on holiday. So God knows what you could do if you actually played it yourself. Obviously you can use this in the men's game as well, but I tested it in women's football, so we had at least one tactic in the women's game. All right, let's move on with the actual tactic. It is a 4-2-3-1, and it is a heavily tweaked version of another tactic that I was using. I'm evolving things all the time. The longer the game's out, the better I'm going to get with it, but I can't do any better than a quadruple at the moment. So we're going to go with this. It is Gegenpress style. I'm guessing most of you will be console guys. So, and it's a positive mentality. Now, if you're playing it yourself, you can change the mentality. Start positive, and then you could change to attacking if you're like a goal behind in the second half, or if you want to back off, you're a few goals up, maybe you want to go balanced. So yeah, judge it for yourselves. Let's make sure I include everything here. Start with combined. Pause the video if you need to cover something. Maybe, yeah. Hang on, let me just double check. I want to check the framing is right. Making sure my face isn't blocking everything. Yeah, that looks fine. So we'll start with in possession. Sorry, this will work on both PC and console. And we have got a ball playing keeper. And then we've got, and I've just used the standard player instructions for each of these positions because player instructions weren't initially saving properly and people had problems with that. I don't want people to get a different version than I've got. So we've got a fullback, and then we've got the left side is a ball playing centre back, and then the right side is a centre back, and then on the right is a fullback. And then we've got a defensive midfielder on the left. And then BBM, which is box-to-box midfielder on the right. And then we've got an inside forward on the left. And then we've got inside forward on the right. And then in the middle, we've got a channel midfielder. And then up front, we've got a channel forward. Okay, and then I'll do out of possession. I'll show it as much detail as I can, basically. So this is out of possession. It's a fullback on the left, fullback on the right, centre back, centre, left centre, right centre, centre back, defensive midfielder, both of those guys. And then we've got a winger, and then a winger, and then we've got a attacking midfielder there, and then up front, centre forward. Okay, and wow, I tested a hell of a lot of different out possessions trying to be really clever, and I found that it was much better keeping the same shape. It really seemed to help, especially with a good team. I mean, they're not the best women's team by all accounts. I think that's Chelsea, but it definitely helped. So now we'll look at the team instruction. Actually, shall I show player instructions? Yeah, let me show them. Player instructions. Here we've got, I'll show in possession and then out of possession. You'll have to pause that. I'll do that for every player. Player instructions, in possession, out of possession. Player instructions, in possession, out of possession, and the fullback. In possession, out of possession, and then the DM. In possession, out of possession, BBM, in possession, out of possession, IF, in possession, out of possession, in possession, out of possession. Whoop, wrong button. I knew I'd do it. I was doing really well then, wasn't I? Bollocks. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, never mind. I'll leave that in. In possession, out of possession. I think people enjoy my mistakes more than my actual good stuff. And finally, the striker. In possession, out of possession. All right, that's pretty cool. We got all that, so we're doing quite well. What haven't we shown? Oh yeah, team instructions. This is in possession, and I'll work from the top. So we've got shorter passing, much higher tempo, much narrower width, time wasting less often, balanced creative freedom, counter on the attacking transition, and what's the set pieces? Oh yeah, keep ball in play, move down to the final third, encourage dribbling, work ball into the box, discourage shots from distance, low crosses. Progression is balanced, encourage, balanced, pass into space. Then build up is play through, short, balanced, and then to centre backs there. Right, I hope you got it exactly the same as me. And then we do out of possession, start at the bottom, low block, cross engagement balanced, mid block balanced, high press balanced, and then prevent short goalkeeper distribution, high press. And then we've got high, what's it? Yeah, high press, the line of engagement, and then higher. So that's important. Higher, not much higher, higher. And then we've got step up more there. And then we've got much more on the press. And then counter press on the defensive transition, and then get stuck in. I think that has covered everything. Let me make sure. I mean, I don't know if you want to see all instructions. That's all for in possession, if this helps anybody. And this is all for out of possession. And I will also include a download link in the description and the comments if anyone's on PC. On Patreon now, I'm putting download links for all the tactics because people have asked for that. I know it's not for everybody, but I'm trying to cover all the bases here. All right, guys, hope to see you on my next live stream. Hope you enjoy this tactic. Let me know how you get on. See you on the next one.